Hey everyone, Stacks here. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Hey, I know I've been out a minute. Work has been absolutely crazy, but today I got a preview for you for Marauders number 10. I pulled this from AIPT.com, Adventures in Poor Taste. You guys can go check that out if you're interested. Article's actually pretty good. But before we get into this, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the bell for notifications, leave a comment down below, and we'll roll. The preview starts with Storm walking up and immediately asking to speak to Forge alone. And while Sebastian Shaw rattles off about this wine, Forge steps aside and says, Storm, what's wrong? And she explains that a group of Russians are making his old power-dampening weapons. And obviously this is a touchy subject between the two because Storm, was on the receiving end of one of those weapons at one point and was completely depowered. And Forge immediately jumps up and says, look, that's impossible. I deleted all the technical files about that project when I quit the US government. And Storm just crosses her arms, looks at him and says, look, are you sure you got everything? He's like, yeah, of course I did. Well, actually, Daniels, one of the engineers who worked under me at the Department of Defense, he had a photographic memory. And Storm just balls up her fist and swears. From there, we jump to the Quiet Council on Krakoa, where Mr. Sinister is getting a little bit annoyed because Emma Frost has not shown up for the meeting of the Quiet Council. And it's at that point when Sophie walks in, one of the cuckoos, and says, the White Queen sends her regrets, but she will not be joining you today. Sophie then proceeds to have an entire intelligence briefing for them here, where she says, look, Bishop succeeded in hacking Madripoor's governmental network, and the intelligence gathered there revealed cooperation between the Verendi government in Madripoor, Russia, and Brazil, and they're all working to design these mutant depowering weapons. They've identified a freighter that is a floating factory that's building these weapons based on Forge's old designs. They believe that the design of these weapons is linked to a scientist who used to work for Forge, and he went missing 2 days after Xavier's message to the entire world. Well, Sebastian Shaw, who we know is implicitly working with Verendi to eliminate the Red Queen, that he knows about this mutant power dampening technology, he goes off and makes the comment that isn't Krakoa a little young to be taking on half of the entire globe? Let's let X-Force or somebody else take care of this matter. This is not for Marauders. And Sophie turns and tells him, were we not clear? The Marauders have already sailed to war. I'm here just to tell you to give them a wide berth. Well, at this point, Nightcrawler hops up and is like, look, wait, we got to discuss this. And Xavier kind of, please, let's, and Magneto removes his helmet, says, Sophie, calls out to her, and then she reads his mind, and he lets her know, make sure the White Queen understands that no one is to be left to tell the tale. So Marauders, with its return, is jumping right back off into the deep end. You have an emotional Emma Frost and Storm who are still grieving the loss of Kitty Pryde and the fact that she cannot be resurrected for whatever reason. You have one of the leaders of the Quiet Council, Magneto, who is, one of the two between Xavier and him, who is basically authorizing the Marauders to go in and just lay waste and just make sure no one is left to tell the tale. Now, if that means kill them, or if that means mind wipe them afterwards, I don't know. You're going to have to wait and see. But I'm definitely excited that we're getting New Comic Book Day again. It's been a minute. I'm going to try, despite my work schedule, to try to get at least a video out weekly, possibly two, depending on the titles released, and honestly, just depending on time. I think work will eventually get back into a predictable schedule. Unfortunately, I'm just not there at this time, but I'm going to try to keep the content going. If you can, because I have been away for so long, share this video. It would help out a ton to help everything get back in the algorithm. Leave a like, that helps a ton, and of course, comment down below. Guys, thanks for watching. I always appreciate it. Hope you have a great week. Real Comic Stacks, out.